Hey guys, what's good? Welcome to Order of Opinion. My name is Tim. This is my co-host Anthony.
What's good, guys?
Today, we are going to be ranking the Harry Potter movies.
The ACU?
The Harry Cinematic Universe, not the porn website.
Martin, Harry? You wouldn't be talking about me now, would you?
But indeed the Harry Potter Cinematic Universe, which still sounds sort of gross.
Well, I mean, of course it's the Harry Potter fucking universe because everything was from his goddamn perception.
Yeah, it's really just literally written like the books. Like, there's no scene that happens off screen unless it's being told to him or, like, shown to him in some magic viewfinder book.
Yeah. Which there are a lot of.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, there's a cartoon in one of them when they're explaining something to him.
Yeah.
So we're going to be rating it from the shittiest to the best.
All of them.
All of them.
All eight.
All eight.
Separately, the part 1, part 2 movies will be separately ranked.
Oh, yeah, because we have to, because those are just sagas.
Yeah.
That's like a fucking 7-hour movie. I can't, I don't know. They all feel like 7-hour movies.
I'm not bunching that together, put it that way.
Do you know how hard it is to watch one of these goddamn movies? Can you imagine, like, trying to watch two and talk about it, like, in a row?
And we already done Fantastic Beasts, so you'll see where it ranks amongst the other 8 Harry Potter movies. So go check that out. Yeah,
and go check out our Marvel Cinematic Universe ranking, where we rank all the Marvel movies, break them down, tell you what we think.
Yeah.
About some goddamn superhero shit.
And then our next one we're going to do Rogue One and then do the Star Wars series after that, right? And
yeah.
So that should be, we should do Rogue One when it comes out and Star Wars by January, at least.
At least.
Yeah.
We're going to try.
Yeah.
So you can check those out on Stitcher and iTunes. Please subscribe, and you can check us out.
If you like it. If you don't like it and you want to subscribe, thanks, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
If you're
I don't give a fuck either way. You can just fucking download shit. I don't give a fuck. Boost those numbers. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, come on, man. We're trying to be popular. As
many
as
bots
Harry
as
Potter.
possible.
As many bots. Please, like, if you can make bots, that'd be fucking sick.
What if half these motherfuckers are doing that? They just know how to create bots or find the bots to always fucking subscribe to them and shit like that.
I don't know.
Either way, who gives a fuck?
I feel like that's how Twitter works. But you can find us on Twitter.
Yeah.
At Order of Opinion.
Follow. If you want.
Listen to us rambling here, then listen to us rambling there.
Yeah, we say some shit.
We try to, at least.
So yeah, you're the host this time, so we're gonna go off your rankings.
All right.
And I'll give you mine too. I'll give you the scores. They're pretty close, but there's some differences, definitely.
Yeah.
In opinion.
But so for me, the shittiest Harry Potter movie.
Number 8
is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets or Regrets. Because that's how I feel
I
about
wish they
watching
kept this movie a secret. Because
I
I've regretted watching it. That's for goddamn
They
sure.
should have kept this in the chamber. That's protected by a goddamn basilisk that would fucking attack anyone who would ever try to release it.
Yeah.
It's such
With a ghost Tom Riddle, he looks like fucking G-Eazy hopped in a fucking Hogwarts robe.
Right?
Robe, yeah.
Robe.
And he couldn't do shit. And the ending was terrible. I mean, just terrible. I mean, the fucking diarrhea of exposition that this fucking movie was. It just diarrheaed all over my fucking face.
And there was no tension.
And I had no towel to wipe it off.
Ugh.
No metaphorical towel to wipe the diarrhea of exposition all over my face.
And I had no tension in the movie whatsoever.
Well, there was tension, but it was like, tension for what? If people already read the book. Because me and you, we agreed that we're not going to go after... I didn't read shit. You read some.
Yeah.
But we were going to go off of the book. So all you Harry Potter fans, like, please don't fucking kill us.
Yeah, because we don't know
You could send him anthrax in the mail if you want.
God damn it. I'm going to get some anthrax by, like, some ISIS shit. They're going to listen to us.
Yeah. So, you know, all the exposition, all the explaining that had to go down, and just the story in general was just really boring. And it was fucking long.
It was long, but it was weird because it was flat. Like, it was so long that you almost forget what's going on. Like, I felt like I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Like, I was awake
I
the
was
whole
awake,
movie.
yeah. I was
felt-
snoring. I was an old man snoring while awake.
That's how choppy it was, though, because I kept thinking,
Choppy
like,
as fuck.
man, did I fall asleep and miss something? But no. That's literally, how the movie was made. Is to where just shit happens and they sort of figure it out, and you don't get how they figure it out, or somehow they get, like, the book. It just appears. Which they explain at the end, but that explanation's garbage, too.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of shit like that. They steal a car, which is sick. Might be
Yeah.
the sickest part.
I liked the beginning.
Yeah.
The beginning was kind of cool. I just feel like this movie didn't need to be 2 hours and 40 minutes. And
when you
it-
watch the extended one, 3 hours.
Yeah. Why the fuck would you do that?
I don't know. That's torture.
What was your so before we even get into that shit, what's your score for the movie?
I gave it
This is Tim, by the way.
Yeah, this is Tim giving his score. For those of you who can't remember my voice, I know we sound so much alike. I gave it a 5.
A 5.
5. It was because it was all right. I mean, for a movie, like you look at the movie basics, it had the storytelling, the good like in terms of like storytelling tension, yeah, but in terms of like what you actually relate to tension, like, no. Like I didn't feel like
It wasn't grounded as the first one.
yeah, and it was a good mystery if you were looking at it from that perspective, but in terms of what you expect from a Harry Potter movie, it was just a lot of talking.
Yeah.
And it did good setting that up. That's why I can't really rate it lower, because it did good setting that up, but at the same time it was just very boring for what you would think is like action adventure.
They did
fantasy.
okay introducing new characters too. Some of the new characters were really cool. Like Lucius was a fucking prick.
Yeah, he's a child murderer.
He was, he killed Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson had to clap his ass with that same fucking hairstyle, except for he just went blonde.
Right? Like, I mean,
And if you don't know who we're talking about, I don't know. I don't remember the actor's name. I knew I was gonna look it up before I did it, but I said fuck it.
was he in the
And
Lord
I'm
of
just
the
gonna
Rings?
refer to him as the Patriot guy
Yeah, he is.
because he was a badass in the Patriot.
And he's as sick a dude as he is in the Patriot here, because he's also a child murderer.
Or he wants to
He
be.
wants to be. He almost killed.
And he has no regard for children, even his own. He's sort of like Malfoy. He knows deep inside, which we will talk about definitely, the character arc of Malfoy's pussiness.
Yeah, he already knows.
He is
it.
a fucking pussy. His
Malfoy's
dad
a
knows that
bitch.
shit. His dad's like one of those parents that involves their kid in sports and really like takes it very seriously, living vicariously through them, but their kid sucks.
And what's weird is
You
you
know?
find out that he's a coward. So maybe that is like with the kids with sports. Like they were like sort of all right when they were younger. But
they expect their
fucked up.
kids to be better than them.
Yeah, which is like this dude fucking was a coward. He was apparently a thief or some shit, and he was a child. He hated children, but somehow he had a high position. This is what I don't get. Why do they keep giving?
I don't
these,
get a lot of things about wizards, dude.
Yeah, why do they keep giving these known? I don't know if he was known, but you see it like where they know that someone was, with Voldemort, and they just give them jobs.
Yeah.
Like a high-ranking play. Are wizards better at hiring felons than normal people?
I don't know. Well, they apparently think they could do whatever the fuck they want.
Well,
And
yeah.
the fact that there's even a spell to kill somebody just makes it, to me, where magic should be completely illegal. Like, of course they have to be underground. Your fucking wand's essentially a gun.
Yeah, and you see that they don't even need that one spell to kill people. Like they can use,
Yeah, they can fuck you up many different ways.
yeah, a combination of spells.
They can make you eat slugs.
what you see in this movie.
Yeah.
Which I guess could suffocate.
A kid can know that, too. And some of the
Right.
shit, like, some of these potions that they learn and shit, it's like, you're teaching these kids how to, like, kill things.
Well, that's what I
You
thought
know,
was
it-
weird too. Like we're gonna make a love potion that you can use to manipulate your classmates. Like you see that later on. You see fucking these kids in a bathroom making what is essentially the best spy tool in the world.
Yeah.
To go do some shit on another classmate
Complete
that
espionage.
they have no evidence of.
Yeah.
And
But to this movie, right? Let's not delve in the fucking Harry Potter universe. Let's centralize this movie, right?
yeah.
What didn't work for me is basically it's the same fucking it's a filler. Felt like a filler.
I don't think you've given your score yet.
Oh yeah, my score. Sorry. Yeah. Well, because I didn't even want to think about it. It was number 8 on my list. It was garbage. I gave it a 5.1.
Not too far off,
Yeah,
right?
it was.
But no, I agree.
It's not like
filler.
the worst movie ever. You know what I'm saying? It's not that terrible. But for me, I was just like, for this one, I was like, oh my god, what needs to be explained next? Where's the next scene where somebody's like, oh teacher, what's this? And they have to go into this whole fucking, oh my, just terrible explanation that you're just like, okay. And it's, I get it that maybe that was in the book, but for a movie, if you're just looking at it from a movie perspective, it just takes up a lot of time.
Right,
It
'cause
soaks
then-
up a lot of time. I
and
don't
it-
fucking get it.
It
You know?
reveals too much. Like when you know, not to jump ahead or go too deep into it, but when there's exposition about Fox or whatever the fuck his name was, the fucking Phoenix, like Dumbledore literally just says in 2 sentences what his uses were in the movie.
Yeah. And you already know, oh, something's going to happen later with that.
Yeah, which it works in a book because you forget that he says that fucking 700 pages later, but in the movie you don't forget it. You just like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, and and he did it. So I mean, and it was convenient. That was too much convenience.
There's too much. Like, on the other ones, you accept the convenience, but there's a lot of character building and all that shit in the other ones. And in this one, it's just like, like I said, it just feels like a fucking filler.
That's because
If you're looking at it from a movie perspective,
Yeah.
it's just, it feels like a filler. And
it sort of is though.
I know, that's why I'm saying, but if you're talking about a standalone, it is fucking boring as fuck,
Yeah,
man.
it doesn't make any fucking sense, and they have to explain everything they're doing. And like, bro, how many times did one person say one thing and the other person would repeat what they said?
Well, yeah, because Harry Potter has to have this fucking bedazzled look at everything.
Right,
Like,
everything-
like,
everything magic.
Oh, what's that? Yeah.
It's like little
Like,
smile.
motherfucker, have you not
Oh.
realized you're in the magic world now?
Apparently not.
Well, yeah, because he can't pass his classes, apparently. He doesn't pay attention. He's not very good wizard. He doesn't really save anything. He gets lucky as fuck.
And he spends a whole
His
summer.
first capture of a golden snitch was in his fucking mouth.
I mean, even yeah.
He's
And
a
his-
lucky fuck. I mean,
Think
he's
about his how they beat the troll. Lucky
well,
as fuck.
that's Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
that's lucky as fuck. All the shit he does, just lucky as fuck.
Yeah.
Or he's in the right place at the right time, and he oversees some shit that furthers the plot.
Well, speaking of right place at the right time, movie starts out with his fucking abusive aunt and uncle.
Yeah, what does he do? Is he like an insurance
So
salesman?
he's staying at their house. He's back. He's his summer vacation.
He gets a
at
room
his,
though.
at his aunt's. He gets a room, which they clearly state that he's better be fucking lucky to have one.
And he has to stay in it. So they still lock him up.
And give him dirty ass clothes.
And
And he still has to serve everybody.
right? And he has, and even though he could literally kill them all,
Yeah.
and he has this new fangled, like somehow he got a
Well, if he
picture
does
book.
kill them all, he's banned from the magic world. So then what does he really have?
Yeah, but
He could just go dumb, I
Does it
guess.
seem like, because we'll talk about this like multiple times in the series, does it seem like you need the wizarding world? Because it doesn't seem like Hogwarts is really teaching them much other but than to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, you never see them learn a spell, you never see them...
There's definitely a lot of fuckery going on at Hogwarts.
Right?
Non-stop.
So could he just read a book and be as good? 'Cause that sort of seems like what they do. It's like, okay, did you read that shit? It's right here in the book.
Yeah, there's goddamn recipe to everything.
Right?
And
it's
there's
like,
counter clauses and fucking... Like, what the fuck is that? Like, counter curses and all this
yeah.
bullshit. And that, like I said, that's fine. Like, I don't read the books like that. So I'm just taking it from the movie. I'm just like, okay, a counter curse, fine. I'll accept it. That's cool.
Yeah, so apparently he has a book of his parents now.
Yeah.
What is that? Where did he get that? Because if you're watching it, they don't talk about that in the first one.
Yeah.
He just has it now. So someone knew his parents and had a photo book full of their shit.
Apparently. Maybe they left it in the safe, the vault,
Yeah, I guess.
with a shitload of money. And here's my, he got left a shitload of money, right? And like, they show later on that he always stays with the Weasleys. Ronald's always helping him with shit. Like, his parents always help him that. And it's like, why doesn't he just give them fucking money?
Yeah, why did they go to the bookstore and he gets all this brand new shit and they're coming out with like tattered ass shit?
I think they hint at it in one of the movies where he was trying to pay his own. I think they were paying his tuition, I think. Or some shit like that, right?
I don't think
And he was saying he was trying to pay his own.
I don't think they have, what is the tuition? They have tuition at Hogwarts now?
Yeah.
What?
Hogwarts is profiting like a motherfucker.
They have hella shit on the campus, too.
And so, yeah, he's at their house and they're being abusive and all that shit.
And my least favorite character, the Jar Jar Binks of the Harry Potter universe, appears.
Who?
Dobby.
Dobby, oh. But he was kind of funny, though. He was all right.
He's funny in the sense it's funny to watch him, like, get beat up. Like, other than that, he's annoying.
Yeah, when he kicked him off the stairs and he just like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, at the end when Lucius kicks him and then smacks him with the fucking pole.
And he's basically this odd, like, sex slave.
It's what it seems like.
Yeah, with something weird's going on over there.
Wearing a pillowcase.
Because Lucius at the end was a little too pissed off that he took his slave away.
Yeah, right? He was gonna...
Murder?
We'll talk about that. Well, he's gonna do some shit in a hallway at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Over Dobby.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you assume that Draco's family's rich. They can't just get another one. If they're slaves, because I'm assuming they're slaves. That's what it's... They have to buy their freedom with stinky socks or some shit.
Jerked off in socks.
Yeah, his crusty fucking bedside sock.
Oh.
And then they eat it later to celebrate their victory. But yeah, so he comes and he basically tells Harry that, motherfucker, you can't go to Hogwarts. Like, it's too dangerous for you.
Yeah, something's about to go down. Ooh. Yeah.
And you wonder, who the fuck is he and how the fuck does he know?
Yeah. And he kept his friend's letters because Harry was like, in the beginning, he was trying to let his owl go out. And his uncle was like, I'm not fucking letting that owl go out to send your fucking weird kid messages and shit.
He's like, my friends haven't...
I would do the same thing. I'm like, bro, I'm a human. I'm not trying to deal with that fucking magic letter shit. Look what it did to me last time. You had to move to a goddamn lighthouse, you fucking asshole.
Drove him crazy. Yeah, so when he says it, he's like, my friends haven't even sent me a message.
They haven't sent me not one. And then Dudley's just like, bitch. He's like, no one want to be friends with you little punk-ass bitch.
Dudley's a bully-ass motherfucker, too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I didn't really have a problem with Dudley. He's just like he's this little fat kid that just sucks.
Yeah, and he's annoying, a baby.
Yeah. He's spoiled as fuck.
Spoiled as fuck, which is funny because all the times you see him get spoiled, it's just right in front of, like, Harry getting nothing.
Yeah.
Like, Harry don't get shit from that family. Even though, really, if there's, like, mistakes or if they really, like, let Harry do his shit and, like, were nice to him and waited till he was, like, 17, you know how much he could, like, help them out?
Probably. Well, in the wizard world.
Well, just in the regular world, like, every time something's wrong at their house, this fool just comes over and
but he's not allowed to use... Oh, because after he's 17, that's right.
And I guess, you know, we've talked about it in Fantastic Beasts, you know, in some countries you can't fuck with muggles or no mages, no vages. And, but apparently in England, you know, they don't want you using magic in public like that, but, you know, you can befriend them.
Okay.
So...
Well, either way.
So they could have just profited.
Yeah. Well, apparently he had some dude coming over for his job or something like that. He was looking for a promotion.
Yeah, he's like an insurance salesman or something. I don't know what the fuck he does.
And so that's when he tells Harry, you better go lock up, you punk. And fucking Harry goes in there. And that's when he meets Dobby and all that. And then Dobby's basically, he chases him after the letters because he needs to see, you know, Hermione write him that she cares about him and
being a goddamn scoundrel.
So he chases him down the stairs, and then Dobby fucking spills this cake on the cunt.
Which that cake was really runny. What the fuck kind of cake was that? That's the only thing I noticed. It was a runny ass cake, and what it looks like is you see Dudley look at it, and he's like, damn, I'm going to lick that cake out of her hair.
And then the fat guy's like trying to use it as an excuse because it looks like Harry did. He's like, well, basically, my nephew's retarded. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what he says. He's like, he's emotionally disturbed and he can't handle the presence of new people.
And which actually might be a smart idea. They lock him up.
Yeah, they put bars on his window.
But when you think about it, it actually wasn't a bad idea that he did that.
Well... Apparently, it didn't stop shit because the next scene is the fucking Weasleys freeing him.
With their convenient flying car now.
A flying car, which, if a car flies, why do you have to shift it? That's the only thing I noticed. It's like, why do you have to shift it into gear? I think like park and drive would be sufficient.
And that was my point too. Like, did they have the invisible thing on? Because they got so pissed off at Harry and Ronald when they used it, but when the fucking two twins did it, they were just sort of like, all right, you got Harry.
What was that night? So, you know, because
It's still a flying fucking car. You saw how fucking old, loud, and like poorish it was.
Dude, but
It
when
was
you
that
see
jerry-rigged,
otherwise-
low middle class Weasley shit.
Yeah, when you see the hillbilly fucking wizards, but when you see otherwise, like when they use it otherwise, that's in the middle of the day. Like people, there's hella traffic and shit. So yeah,
Yeah.
I would imagine a lot more people saw them. There's some fat dude that's just like, oh, I've never seen a car like that before. As I jerk
Yeah, I
off in
guess.
mind.
But either way, yeah. So they fucking that actually scene was kind of cool. Like in the air, they pull his window bars out
Yeah, and they free his ass.
and they free him. And they literally knock the uncle down 2 stories, and he falls on his back, but he can just get up.
Well,
A guy
convenient.
500 pounds could do that.
A convenient ass bush. Like
Even then, come on.
Why do that? Well, like that's what I didn't get too. Is this is like, you know, everything they do seems so fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
This is like
And
one of
how
many
tough
times.
is the wizard world? Like they basically tell you just get over shit.
Yeah, or if you fail, you're just like you're done.
You're
out.
you're
Go
whacked.
figure out how to be a human.
Go be a fucking Hufflepuff, whatever the fuck.
A muggle.
A Hufflepuff. No one gives a fuck about that goddamn group.
Yeah,
And that's
they never
another thing
talk
too.
about it.
They create these rivalries amongst the schools for no fucking amongst the schools for no fucking reason. Basically to just like categorize Slytherins as bad guys and to make Gryffindors look like the good guys.
Right.
Like what the fuck is that?
They're like
and the
1,000
whole
years
game
ago.
is rigged.
Yeah,
For
they
Gryffindor.
just give 'em
the
points.
game is rigged for Gryffindor.
They just
at
give
all
them
times.
points or let them like get away with shit easily. Every time they get in trouble, Dumbledore steps in and is like, you know what? I don't really care. And then they're just good.
Yeah.
And you see, like, with Slytherin, they're like 1,000 years ago, the founder of this house was turned sort of funky.
And
So-
Snape, who's Scar from Lion King, just fucking basically, he's the only one that protects Slytherin. Like no one fucking like fucks with Slytherin as if they're not like kids that go to the school too.
That's
right?
what I'm saying,
So
like-
you just get categorized, you get segregated.
Like
by a
1,000
hat.
years, because of something that happened 1,000 years ago, they're saying everyone in this group's a bad apple. And you see later on, they
They're
imprison.
not really bad apples. They're just snitches.
Well, but you see later on, they imprison every Slytherin for some
Yeah.
shit that is not even really related to most
At
of
least
them.
half of them, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like they just hate on him. Hufflepuff, no one gives a shit about. They're like the nerds of the school.
And we see later on in this movie, which we'll talk about, that wizards are just complete dickheads that should not be existing in the real world. They are literally like, it is an underground society because some of the shit that they get away with is ungodly.
Well, look,
you know?
they did. The dad didn't even give a shit when they got back to the house that they took the car. He was like, "Oh yeah, you got Harry, cool."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he didn't even know who Harry was.
In their poor, low, middle class fucking house.
With like a clock that only tells, like you see, like that's the
You can
perfect-
tell that their dad, he's not like, doesn't really, he's one of those dads, like I said, he's one of those dads that doesn't really care about money. He's one of those dudes that's just like, I need to have a bunch of shit and clutter the fuck out of my house, and that makes me cool.
Yeah, because
He's fuck that guy. Fuck Weasley's dad.
Look at their
Seriously.
clock. It literally says if they're at school, if they're dead, in jail, or home, or missing.
Yeah.
That's how, like, that's totally lower middle class family with that many kids. They're like, some of them are bound to get in fucking trouble.
Yeah. And then so he shows his mom Harry. They rescued him, and she was semi pissed. Like I said, didn't really get pissed, even though they did steal the car, right? Which
Yeah,
she
no
should have
one
been pissed
cares.
about. And they went into the Muggle world, right? And or the Muggle, whatever the fuck. I don't see it. That's another thing too. I probably had to read the book to understand that, like, where shit was cool or not to do your magic.
Well, just like Diagon Alley's cool. Like,
Okay.
fucking Hogwarts, like, magic only places are cool. Everywhere else is question. Like, and if you're in a forest, yeah. But if you're in, like, downtown New York, nah.
Okay, well, and so, and Ronald's like, dude, they were starving him.
Right?
And I'm like, well, if Harry was really starving, couldn't he just, like, I mean, you're really telling me he couldn't just, like, magically make his breakfast and no one would know?
Well, yeah, because they have a tracer on him. So every time
Really?
he uses magic before he's of age,
Where's the tracer in his wiener?
it's up his butt with his wiener, because that's apparently how great Harry Potter is.
I don't think he has a wiener.
I
think he's like Voldemort. That's what. That.
Like Voldemort doesn't have a nose, Harry doesn't have a wiener.
That's probably why he doesn't feel anything like that for Hermione.
Maybe.
It's literally the same relationship.
That's probably why he can't do anything right. Like, because now they're using the flute powder, or whatever the fuck they call it,
Yeah.
to go into a goddamn,
To go to Diagon Alley.
to diagonally, which is what he says, into a fucking fireplace. Magic fireplace, here we can go.
Yeah.
Again,
And he still conveniently pops up where he needs to be.
where he needs to see some shit, where he sees Draco and his dad do some, like, shady dealings.
Yeah.
In, like, a creepy-ass store.
And Hermione shows up and she's like, "Oh, fix your glasses, Reparo."
Well, before that, he almost gets abducted in a hallway.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just cool to abduct little kids in Harry Potter land.
Yeah.
And Hagrid shows up conveniently.
Yeah. That's
So-
why I wouldn't send my kids to the Disney Harry Potter world.
Yeah, and then Hagrid's like, Harry, what are you doing down here? And Harry's like, motherfucker, what are you doing down here? And
Yeah, why are you always in these sketch-ass spots?
Because Hagrid's
Like,
a sketch fool.
Dumbledore's like, "Yeah, I bought this dragon that could eat all of us at once. But watch out. I got this egg. It's about to hatch."
Right? And he
Like-
gets it at a tavern where he was playing poker. Like, he wins it on
Well, because he's a
cards.
degenerate.
Well, yeah,
and he's an
dropout.
illiterate.
He can't read, like, he can't even spell Voldemort. Which is, like, the most famous name of any wizard.
He probably can't spell Riddle. Tom Riddle.
Probably not. He couldn't spell Harry Potter.
Or Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday, Harry. Harry, you're a wizard.
And that's where we meet Gilroy, right? Who probably is like the biggest dickbag in the cinematic universe, right?
Right? He's like the dude on fucking, you know, the low rate celebrity that saw like a really high rate celebrity. He's like, let me get a picture with you. So I look
All the
better.
while Weasley's mom's pussy is hella wet for him.
Yeah, she's like fixing her hair, and even Ron's like, oh, she wants to ride that dick. And yeah, and
Which
so,
I didn't really get because he's not like that good looking of a guy. Like,
But he was like the Fabio, you know, he wrote these like adventure books that he was the star of doing cool shit. But I guess they were like romanticized. So he was.
he was like, "This is my 27th week at #1."
Yeah, he's like, Oprah recommended me. That's how she makes so much money. She's just,
Yeah. So he tells Harry to come over and sponsors him. Acts like he's going to sponsor him, and then he's like, "Yeah, Harry Potter bought my book."
No, he didn't even buy it. He was like, he came here to buy my book, but you
Yeah.
know what? I'm gonna be so nice. I'll give it to him for free. And
That's exactly what he said.
And then
he's a-
Lucius shows up and makes fun of children.
yeah, in front of children, like 11-year-old children. He's just hating on them. And
calls
Malfoy's accent has gotten 10 times worse. You could tell they just sat there and did 20 takes of him just going, Potter, Potter. Like, just trying to do
Harry.
as hard as he fucking can.
He's like, Harry Potter. Like, and did he steal a page from a book? When he was walking down the stairs, this fool just stole, like, it's the first time he steals something. Not the last, though. But he steals a page from a book.
Yeah.
With no explanation. They never touch back on that. I think he's just a klepto. He's like, I want the page.
Yeah. What the fuck? And then Lucius is basically, like, threatening Harry.
Threatens Harry.
And then he does something that you'll see in the future.
Yeah, which, I mean, you don't even
Put
really...
some book somewhere. Put it that way.
Yeah, up his butt. Then he poops it out in the bathroom later, and that's how Harry finds it.
It wasn't a girl, dude. The girl that Harry Potter, like, forcefully liked.
Yeah, well, he had to rescue her, so that sets
I
up
just
a
think
relationship.
Harry Potter is running out of fucking options.
Well, you'd be best to avoid Harry Potter if you liked him, because you see that a lot of fucking motherfuckers die around this fool.
Yeah.
A lot.
And he's making fun of, like, kids. And he calls fucking Hermione a mudblood or saying she's not whatever because her parents are fucking
Dentist.
nice people.
Yeah, and he
Dentist.
calls
Like,
Ron poor.
in front of kids.
And then he says, the elder Weasley. Or whatever the fuck he says. He's like...
Basically says, "You scumbag
He's
for
like-
hanging around with muggles.
Yeah, he says that.
Did
I'll
you
see
know
at
I
work.
almost killed Mel Gibson once?"
Did you know I look like a guy from Lord of the Rings? That's actually my other job.
How good? What's better, Snape's monotoneness or that dude's? The monotone, not like actor, just the monotone.
Snape. He has the best
I like
delivery.
Lucius's though,
I
because he's
know.
so exaggerative and like stupid.
It's true, but then later on he gets all rickety and shit. Because he's at fucking, in jail or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's for another podcast. But for right now, yes, his monotonous in this movie is probably a little better. Even the way he was about to... Oh, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's spoiler.
Yeah. So then, that encounter ends and that shit was hilarious. And they try and run into the wall, and Harry can't. He fucking... That shit I laughed out loud when I saw it. Like, they ran into the wall. And then the guy turned around, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing, Steve-O?
And that was the same dude from the first one that he asked where the platform was, and the dude was like, what are you, fucking stupid?
Yeah.
He's like, bro, you sound British,
So, okay,
but you
not
look
only
dumb.
do his aunt and uncle, but the train conductor thinks Harry Potter's retarded.
Yeah, everybody does. Even the wizards sort of do. Snape... looks at him and he's like, you will never learn anything.
That shit is a running joke to me in the movie. Like, because we know what happens, but the running joke in all the movies to me is when every time Snape encounters Harry Potter, how funnier it gets every time.
Right? Because it's so, like, it should be, like, tension building, but it's, like, almost, like, surreal.
Yeah.
How they interact with each other.
He's always just like, oh, Potter, you son of a bitch.
Mr. Potter.
Right?
And he always has this long, drawn-out, like, Potter.
Yeah.
He's coming as he's saying
I wish I could do his impression of him. I can't, though. They missed the train, and fucking Weasley's like, oh, let's take the motherfucking flying car and ghost ride that shit, bro.
Right, Ron's in his squeaky-ass voice, too. He's like, the car!
What? They're heading to the dark forest. Wait, spiders? Why couldn't we follow the butterflies?
Yeah, and then he doesn't even know how to fly it, shift it, or
He's
put
definitely
it
the
into
one that got
invisibility.
uglier as the years went on.
Yeah, and he went through the puberty the most, like, on camera.
Yeah.
Like, because there's a couple times where this fool's voice just cracks.
Yeah, and
He
then it just
sounds-
got too deep for, like, even understanding what you're saying.
Yeah, he becomes a rambler.
Yeah, so they fly and they follow the train.
Well, they almost hit the train first.
And they fucking crash into Hogwarts into a tree, which beats their ass.
Designed to kill students. And then Snape talks to him, he's like, that tree is older than you, Mr. Potter. It's like, if I was going to do this, if I had control of you, Mr. Potter. And Dumbledore walks in, he's like, oh, well, you don't. And they give Harry Potter the pass of a lifetime.
Bro, he sounds like Dick Vitale from fucking ESPN.
He sounds like he fucking has been, like, smoking the entire, time they were filming.
Out of his neck, the
Out
hole
of
that
his,
he had.
yeah, his stoma.
He was burning too much of that fucking...
That wizard fire. That Mrs. Sprout grew or whatever the fuck her
Oh,
name
yeah,
was.
she probably grew some fire, actually.
Fire.
Yeah, so they follow the train. They get attacked by the tree, and Weasley, which, another convenient thing in the movie to make it funny and whatnot, he breaks his wand.
Oh,
Because
no.
he's flapping it around. He's like, oh.
He's
I was like, bro, your wand because probably cost. It was fucking put on layaway.
It's like 3
The
pennies.
wizard
Yeah,
layaway.
you got it at Walmart.
Which, let's talk about the wand store, right?
That guy's
I know they
shady
didn't
as
show it in this
fuck.
movie. That's a goddamn wand to Payless.
Right? And half the boxes had, like, cobweb on them.
So that guy's not making any profit. He's all about just helping, apparently.
And Ron's like, Harry, I'm fucked.
And speaking of that voice, doesn't these Harry Potter movies kind of feel like a fucking Scooby-Doo shit?
It does, totally.
Red herring, like it's always something to do with Malfoy or fucking Snape. He's
God.
trying to, like, that son of a bitch, if it wasn't him.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, and so the car throws them out. Car's like, I'm fucking cool off their shit.
Yeah, it just ejects them from, like...
And then they walk in and they're like, no one noticed it.
Except for
Apparently,
Filch.
except for
Filch.
no, that one dude. It was on the newspaper. But I'm saying no one noticed them in Hogwarts, like, crashed the car, apparently.
No, when they
Did
walk
they?
up, the person that notices them is the fucking, the janitor. Mr. Phillips,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, that guy's hilarious.
That
by
dude
the
is
way.
fucking funny. He is a Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
It's like, my cat. They killed my cat. I'm going to kill you, Harry
I'll
Potter.
kill you.
Yeah. He's like, no, you won't.
So always some Scooby-Doo shit going on. And then so they go to the plant. Here's my thing. So they go into this plant scene, which I don't even want to talk about it, but she's trying to teach them how to, like, fix a dying weed plant. You just got to transfer it.
A living weed plant.
Yeah, that screams because it's that loud.
You smoke its dick. That's like you just put the weed in it. It's a bong plant. You just put the weed in
It's
its
that
mouth.
loud.
Super loud. It'd kill you.
So this is what bothers me about this fucking rigged point system. They got 5 points in the first one for killing a giant or stopping a giant.
Just to push
And
him up.
Hermione just answers a botany question and she gets 10 points.
Yeah, that is
What the
weird.
fuck kind of scoring system is this?
And I think, I mean, like, because like you said, I've sort of read the books. I think in the books, like, Snape don't even, like, give Gryffindor points.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't do that.
So they all rig it for each other.
Yeah.
And Gryffindor always wins because Dumbledore rigs for Gryffindor.
And at the end, he'll just be like, 200 points for sucking my dick after class.
That's really why he had to die.
Snape was like, I'm
How
dying.
fucked up is it that the dude from... He didn't die, did he? He did die.
Yeah, he died. And that's why
The
they had to
actual
replace
actor
him.
died.
Yeah.
So the actual actor died and then Dumbledore died. Maybe it was the curse.
The curse.
Maybe he was, the Joker of Wizard.
I mean, by the way he was talking in this one, it sounded like he was dying. Like, he sounded like he was on his deathbed. He couldn't even get a line out without...
And so after the plant scene, Weasley gets the fucking screaming cunt letter.
Ronald Weasley! How dare you steal that car? I am absolutely disgusted! Your father's now facing an inquiry at work, and it's entirely your fault! If you put another toe out of line, we'll bring you straight home!
Yeah, which
And
is sort of
everyone's like-
sick, though.
Yeah.
Like, I and what did Neville mean by, like, I got one of those once and it wasn't good when I opened it? That is the one time I want some fucking exposition.
Right.
Like, you're almost, like, teasing it. Does it fucking explode? Is it gonna kill him? Is it gonna bite him? What the fuck's gonna happen? That letter, and could you make a letter, like, they have a howler, do they have a sucker? Where you can just, like, send someone a blowjob? How cool is the wizarding world in the sex department?
I don't know.
'Cause-
It seemed like they didn't have much sex there.
I know, but could you imagine?
Because Dumbledore was gay. And definitely the witch was a lesbian for sure.
She was a literal cat lady.
And the janitor was fucking a bestiality. He was into bestiality.
He was
with his
also a cat dude.
There's a lot of bestiality in the Harry Potter world.
The cat, which sometimes has red eyes.
Well, how do you explain the Minotaurs? Somebody had to fuck a horse.
I think they fuck each other. That's just how they were made. Each one is a snowflake. Because
I think what was really going on with Voldemort is they just wasn't getting pussy at Hogwarts.
well,
He was probably pissed off.
he was ugly as fuck. Well, later
was
on,
not-
not at Hogwarts. Sorry,
Yeah.
no, yeah. I thought you
was-
just meant in general. He looked like
looked-
a penis.
He looked like a seaman.
Like I love the. Oh, I wish we were
yeah.
talking about Voldemort in this one. 'Cause he's hilarious.
Yeah. So he gets the cunt letter, and then they go into Gilroy, who's somehow got the dark magic shit. I don't know who appointed him. I'm guessing it was the minister.
And none of them
Because
have
did
faith
Dumbledore?
in him.
Yeah,
Like-
and we'll explain that. But so he's like, hey, yeah, like he fucking the way he introduces himself in the class is like he's like a public speaker.
Well, he
you
also
know?
walks down the stairs and stands next to a painting of him painting another painting of him. Like, and he just posts up there for a second.
And he's like, yeah, I won a weekly award for a charming smile.
He's like, so I'll show you some pixies. And he fucking doesn't help.
Yeah, no, he fucks up completely, and he runs in his office and hides,
runs away.
and then he tells the three of them, "Hey, yeah, can you guys like get him in their cage? I'm about to dip real quick."
And
So.
Hermione being the shit again,
Yep.
apparently knows the perfect spell for the occasion. Does she practice magic? Like, you can't do that shit at home. Why is she coming back with so much knowledge?
Because she just reads, remember? She says that. She just reads.
That's what
she
I'm saying.
researches like a motherfucker.
So do you even fucking need Hogwarts?
No, because they don't teach you anything. They don't teach you anything.
It seems like half the students are fuck ups.
Yeah.
Or at least the Gryffindor one. So is Gryffindor like, is the reason they get put in Gryffindor is like, okay, so Hufflepuff, you were like the nerds, fucking
Yeah, because the
Ravenclaw.
twins dropped out.
Yeah.
Harry Potter couldn't finish.
I don't know. Was Hagrid part of Gryffindor?
Yeah, I would assume.
Maybe. Who knows? But yeah,
Um,
so then Ravenclaw's like the athletes and Slytherin's like the bad kids, and then you have fucking
And they don't encourage snitching at the school either.
you can't. Yeah, you go tell a teacher and
They have a fucking ball that you have to capture that ends the game when you catch the snitch. And everyone just is like heated at a snitch. You know? Like when Harry Potter was talking to Weasley about Tom Riddle, he's like, he sounds like a lousy snitch to me, that piece of shit.
right.
Like,
Dude, the multiple times they like hate on snitches, and if you tell the wrong teacher, they might not even do anything.
yeah,
Like, there's been times where they told Snape shit, and he was like, "All right, get the fuck out of here." The fuck? I don't want to talk to you.
So then they have this like Quidditch meeting or encounter with Slytherin, where Malfoy is now the new seeker for Slytherin. He
his daddy
he like
buys
makes
him
sure he
the
goes
team.
Potter.
Oh, Harry Potter. Like, he
And
has so much buildup.
And he calls Weasley a poor fuck again. Weasley's like, "Oh, you son of..." Weasley just thinks that word-to-word exchange means that you could fucking put slugs in a dude's mouth.
And he curses himself.
Curses
and
himself
then
with
he
a
drops,
shitty fucking layaway wand.
Yeah, then he drops the M word. Mudblood.
And that puts Hermione in major tears.
Well,
as if
because-
she's not an actual mudblood.
Dude, every time they say it after that, though, like, it sort of does have that effect of racism. Like, maybe it's just,
yeah. Well,
maybe
there's
it's
a
just
lot,
when
there's a lot of
Malfoy,
allegories.
maybe it's when Malfoy says it.
Yeah.
It's like, that dirty mudblood. Like, he gets so worked up about it.
But yeah, he just thinks so he turns on himself and he's just yakking slugs.
And then they go, then fucking Hagrid has to give them the story of what a mudblood is and why Slytherin, like
Exposition City.
just dumb shit about what's going on at the school. He's like the news reporter in the middle of the first part of the movie, you know. He's
Yeah.
like, this is what's going on. This is what the plot's leading to.
Yeah.
And then they fucking,
They
you
get
know,
detention and
he has to sign
he
autographs.
signs autographs with Gilroy. And Gilroy's like, celebrity is a celebrity does.
I know,
And
and he's-
even Harry Potter looks at him like, bro, what the fuck?
He's like,
you're,
how much
you're
fun?
a fucking idiot.
How much fun it is to sign all these? It's been 4 hours. And
And that's when Harry Potter starts hearing the convenient voices. And
sees the sometimes red-eyed cat.
yeah,
hanging.
just paralyzed, which was great. Fuck that old man. He's a shit.
He's like, I'll murder you.
He's a.
I'll get
he's
off
that
this
shitty.
boat.
He's that shitty Breakfast Club fucking janitor, bro. Is he a fucking janitor? Yes. He's a custodian, yeah.
Yeah, so he's the, like...
He has way too much say and power for being a goddamn custodian.
Well, he's the custodian and the designated nighttime snitch. But he's awake all the time. When the fuck does that fool sleep?
That's why he has those bug eyes. He just does meth outside.
He looks like he does meth. He looks like the fool from fucking Grand Theft Auto 5 that does meth. Like, he's balding and has fucking, like, just greasy fucking sunken eyes and shit.
So he hears it, and that's when, the fucking sign of the Chamber of Secrets. And of course, the janitor's like, "Oh, Harry Potter, he killed my cat. So that means I'll
murder
kill
you.
you. I'll murder you."
Murder. You get in trouble this time, Potter.
And then, of course, oh my god. And then after just another spew of exposition,
But Snape
they go into the classroom. No, I'm talking about when, Snape, first. Snape tries to call him out.
But he sort of doesn't at first. At first, he's
he
like,
does.
At first, he's like, there's no way he would be able to do this. And then he's like, but I'm Snape, so I'm going to be an asshole. And he just sits there and
I wonder if he is doing that just because he knows what's going on. He's twiddling his dick.
yeah,
he knows.
he is. He's like, Mr. Potter, we would have been in this hallway if you weren't sucking Gilroy's dick. And he's like, he was helping me sign autographs, man. And then they let him go.
Yeah.
Because no one gives a shit
And,
what Harry
and
Potter
Dumbledore's
does.
like, proven intelligence. Can you hear what I'm saying in my beard and my voice?
You can go, Harry. I'm going to go jerk off to my memories.
Come memories, Harry.
No, but it's true. They just
yeah.
let him off for everything.
Yeah, and so that leads to the fucking
the duel?
classroom exposition scene where they're asking the lesbian witch.
why the Chamber of Secrets
and
would
of course,
exist.
that's just, oh my God, that's my problem with it. That's my fucking problem
Well,
with it.
apparently there's always been a vein of wizards who are like white supremacists. Or, well, not white supremacists, like blood supremacists.
Yeah.
Like, because there's a common theme in Harry Potter is wizards who don't fuck with non-wizard wizards. If that makes any fucking sense to anybody.
Non-wizardy people.
Yeah, people
Wizard.
who aren't 100% wizards, which Hagrid goes, he's like, not nearly a wizard now, it's fucking less than 50%. I'm Hagrid and I'm going to eat some eggs. Dragon eggs. Harry. You want some dragon eggs, Harry?
Is he a troll?
He's a giant.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's half giant.
He's half giant.
So a giant fucked a human.
He's
that
half
what you're telling
giant,
me?
half dumb. Because he can't
He's
spell.
fucking an idiot, for sure.
Harry.
So yeah, so the whole classroom exposition scene where they're talking about there's the fucking Chamber of Secrets built by fucking Salazar Slytherin, right?
Salazar?
Is that his name?
I think so.
I think it's Salazar.
It's
Yeah, it sounds like a fucking baseball pitcher.
or the name of a building on like a college campus. Go down to Salazar.
He probably
Hall
would have raw at Crittage if it was a fucking baseball pitcher. You just throw it from the other side of the goddamn field.
and use your magic to fucking like to manipulate the ball. It just goes everywhere.
So she explains that there's shit going on, and they think Malfoy,
Is that
Harry, and
The
she said
air?
the air can open it or some shit. And Harry Potter, of course, the red herring theory, he fucking thinks Malfoy is the one.
Yeah, so they think it's okay to just like come up with this plan to fucking become Malfoy's goons and like spy on him and get the truth out of him. When in reality, it's like, bro,
He
this
hasn't
is-
even done anything.
Yeah, and this is none of your business. You have no evidence against him, and you're gonna break the law to fucking do this because the kids shouldn't be brewing that potion.
And then so they go into the Quidditch scene, and I want to talk about the Quidditch. All right, these are kids, especially the 11-year-olds and the 12-year-olds. These motherfuckers can die. They can break their neck, break their back. Shit can really, and I know that the magic can heal them and shit, but dude, what the? That is some dangerous ass shit. No wonder why Hogwarts has to charge a lot of money for tuition because they gotta pay fucking magic insurance for that shit.
Well, you know what?
Like,
They have to pay magic insurance. You know, yeah, I would imagine, right? That would cost regular schools pay insurance to have sports teams. Like, they must have to pay.
and all these people are getting hurt, and they show like Harry Potter, of course, gets the golden snitch again, and Malfoy gets dropped. Harry breaks his fucking arm.
Malfoy did the splits, and his dad was like, "Jesus Christ, Malfoy!"
Isn't fly down and be like, "Is my son okay?" Which is what a normal parent would do. He's just like, "Oh, that fucking pussy."
He just leans back, looks at Snape, and he's like, and Snape's like, ah. They
and
monotone each
Harry
other.
breaks his arm, and Gilroy tries to fix it, and he fucking, even Harry's like, "Dude, not you. Like, please, not you." He's like, "Nah, man, I got it." And he takes his bones out.
Not to worry, Harry. I will fix that arm of yours straight away.
Not you.
Yeah,
And everyone
he
just
tells
stands there
him,
and
he's like,
watches it.
anybody but
Again,
you.
another reason why they're giving this full like blind faith chances, and he fucks something up. Like when was somebody gonna step in and be like, "Dude, you're like whack, and why are you working here again? Who hired you?"
No one gives a shit, and no one trusts him. And everybody, even the if your students look at a teacher at any school and is like, "Dude, this guy's an idiot," and every student thinks that, it's probably not a great fucking teacher.
Yeah.
And so he sucks the bones out of his hand.
Yeah.
He makes it floppy wiener hand.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, at least, it doesn't hurt anymore. And the bitch comes in and she's like, well, it's going to fucking hurt to regrow this shit. And Malfoy, stop being a little bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And somebody got petrified, the little camera kid that they kept showing, like we give a fuck about him getting petrified.
Yeah, and Harry's in the night having fucking fever dreams again, which he does in every goddamn movie.
Yeah, and they're brewing the potion to become Malfoy's friends. And then we meet Moaning Myrtle. And at this point, you're just like, dude, this movie is so choppy. Like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Oh, well, you
there's so much.
forgot a Dobby scene, too. Dobby comes in
No, Dobby comes... Oh, yeah.
in the hospital and says some shit.
Yeah, tells him that he's been... Because there was a tampered bludger.
Yeah,
on
he
Harry,
made that
that's what I heard,
bludger.
yeah.
And he
My
stopped
God,
the
it's a
portal
10
at
foot
the
blood
9
dragon.
3/4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dobby's like hurting himself and shit. He's a fucking weirdo, dude. He explains the clothes thing, which of course comes in handy later. And if he
Right?
gets handed clothes from his master, he could do it.
Yeah, like
'Cause
having
he's basically a cum rag. For
yeah,
wishes.
having a cum fucking pillowcase as a cloth is a sign of their servitude. Which it makes it seem like they can sort of like Dobby apparently is pretty powerful. Why are these fools like in service to these idiots?
I know, exactly. And of course what happens from it is when this kid gets petrified, Hogwarts answers to teach their kids how to fight.
Gather round! Gather round. Can everybody see me? Can you all hear me? Excellent. In light of the dark events of recent weeks, Professor Dumbledore has granted me permission to start this little dueling club to train you all up in case you ever need to defend yourselves, as I myself have done on countless occasions. For full details, see my published works. Let me introduce my assistant, Professor Snape. He has sportingly agreed to help me with a short demonstration. Now, I don't want any of you youngsters to worry. You'll still have your potions master when I'm through with him. Never fear.
Yeah, duel, which they've
Not
never
send them home, not get them safe, teach them how to fight.
which they've never shown them actually learn spells. Except for how to make a
Sounds-
feather
yeah,
float.
not fighting spells, no.
Yeah.
And of course, this one I don't get about this Gilroy dude. He keeps like exposing like damn near himself.
Yeah, why does he keep doing shit that and then at
Like,
the end he's like, okay, I said I'd do this, but this is a little too much for me. But in this situation, he doesn't volunteers himself. Well, does he think Snape's going to suck?
Yeah,
Like
Snape's
he's
been there for
also a
30
teacher,
years.
Yeah. So, well,
yeah,
no,
so
it's
Snape
30
fucks
years.
him up.
Snape's been there as long as Harry's been alive.
Or yeah, well, whatever. Snape. No, I thought he was there for how long?
No, he only turns at the end, like at the end of
Oh, okay.
when fucking. Well,
Well,
we'll
either
get
way,
to
he
that.
gives a
Yeah.
fuck. He fucks up Gilroy, and they of course pick Malfoy and Harry Potter to fight each other,
Right.
and so they fight each other.
Well,
That
yeah,
shit- that
because
shit was kind of cool.
I like what he says though. He's like Ron Weasley's wand is dumbass dangerous when it's like normal. This fool sucks. Fucking let's put it in Malfoy. And Malfoy summons a snake, and they fucking think Harry Potter. Well, Harry Potter, I guess, can talk to it, and he doesn't notice he's speaking another language. Like,
Right.
how come in the first one he fucking talks to the snake no problem, and in this one it's like Severus scared.
Well, they were hiding that to show this part.
That pissed
And
me
of
off.
course, which you'll see a theme for the next 3 Harry Potter movies is all the kids start hating him after that.
Yeah, because they think he was gonna attack that slack-jawed motherfucker. Like that fool had the fucking
He was heated. He was like,
overbite,
"Let's go, bruh."
or no, the underbite of the century. That kid he was talking to. I'm the Hufflepuff. And that fucking, and then he,
And then he hears voices again. He finds another fucking petrified kid.
yeah,
Sees
it's,
spiders and shit. Spiders, ooh. That's a trail. Find that out.
It's coming again.
And so the witch, what is her name? The witch, the
main witch.
yeah, the main witch.
The main witch.
Dumbledore's main witch. He's got a stable of main witches.
He's got a lot of main witches, and a couple of wizards too.
He's running both sides.
Her name is Professor McGonagall.
Yeah, whatever.
Professor McGonagall.
She sends him to Dumbledore, and
The
that's where
actual-
conveniently Harry meets the fucking phoenix bird.
Cox or Fox or whatever its name is, and he thinks he kills it. Because when Dumbledore pops up, he's like, bro, I did everything I could, which he didn't. He just stood there and watched it happen.
Because he has that ooh face, like ooh.
This time was
My
his
scar.
scared, yeah.
You gotta scratch that while I look at it.
And so Dumbledore had to explain damn near everything about the plot, and he was like, hey, this bird's tears can heal you, and it can carry at least 3 people.
My son, I've had a few venereal diseases. There's tears of heat.
Yeah, he pops it like, oh, sorry, I was fingering my butthole. Excuse me for the stench. My hand will eventually rot off from this.
So that's what happened.
Yeah, and so he basically tells him that he was fingering his butthole. No. But yeah, he tells him he basically has to go into more fucking explanation about what's going on, about what the bird fucking does. He talks to the Sorting Hat, and the Sorting Hat has to reaffirm that he should have been in Slytherin. Ooh, I wonder what that's fucking foreshadowing. Like, Jesus Christ, it's starting to piss me off.
Yeah, and then they go after Malfoy's friends.
Oh, and then...
Right? They give him the date rape muffin first that fucking Hermione made.
Right, yeah.
And they take the potion, and they become his ugly fat friends. And they're like shocked at how ugly and fat they are, as if they didn't know what they were going to see. Right?
Yeah, and then Hermione can't come along, and they're like... They just sort of accept that. They don't even try to get to the bottom of it. They're just like, all right, we'll drink this throw-up water.
And of course, Malfoy's a bitch, and he doesn't...
He steals someone's present.
The shit that they did not help at all. Which is another thing that added 10 minutes to the fucking movie that I didn't need to see.
Yeah. Because what is that? It's supposed to, because at this point in the movie and the story,
maybe to
they're
show
just
that
setting up shit.
Hermione was in the hospital.
Well, it's to show the Polyjuice potion. Because it gets used so much throughout the story that they have to explain it. They just did a long scene to try and, build some fucking espionage, I guess, into the story. I didn't like that. I didn't like that scene other than the fact that Draco decides to steal a present. That's fucking hilarious. This fool's rich as shit and he's stealing presents.
And apparently, what's Ronald's sister's name? Is it Lily or Janie?
It's Ginny.
Ginny. She was so ashamed of her poo that she threw the diary down that she had. And
Or
Myrtle got pissed off.
Or she was fucking sitting there and took a fat shit and threw it up.
Or maybe she didn't have any toilet paper and she wiped her ass with it.
And
That's why Tom Riddle's so pissed. He's like, I'm going to kill you now.
So all the diarrhea came out of it at the end. It got soaked into the fucking pages. And then Tom Riddle's shit came out.
And that's why Merle Miller was so pissed off. She's like, damn, I've never seen a shit like that since I've been here.
Can we talk about Moaning Myrtle?
Oh my God.
I can't handle her.
She was almost as bad as Darcy and Thor.
Yeah, she fucking sucked.
I hate
They don't love me. And I couldn't handle the voice. I can't handle her story.
And again, fucking a convenient thing that just had to pop up in order to be explained later.
Oh,
Harry finds the diary.
He gets the Viewfinder book, and they talk about Tom Riddle, and he writes.
Oh
he
my
just
God!
Thinks it's cool to write
the whole
in it.
flashback.
Yeah, he just thinks it's cool to write in it, though. Where did he... In this movie, especially, because, like you said, there's a lot of convenience, and he's sort of accepted in the other movies because it's convenient how they do a task.
Yeah.
But in this one, it was just completely convenient how they got through the plot.
Yeah.
Why would he figure it's cool to write in the book? And how would that work? How did he know that was going to work? How did he know half the shit he did this movie was going to work? I don't think he did.
Because it was all convenient.
Well,
everything was fucking exposition.
And apparently to be a great wizard, you just have to be lucky as fuck.
I don't think he's a great wizard.
Well, that's what, but everybody else does. So to be a great wizard, you're just lucky as fuck.
And not die. You just don't die and be lucky. That's pretty much it.
That's when Tom Riddle
they do the whole flashback of Tom Riddle. Did he kill somebody?
Well, Tom Riddle doing the mannequin challenge on the staircase.
But did he kill somebody and blame Hagrid, or did he just blame Hagrid because somebody died?
Yes, he killed them and then blamed Hagrid because Hagrid
and then
they're like,
beast.
Bro, Voldemort gave you the spider. How did you not know that was Tom at the fucking pub that gave you the spider?
I don't know. What an idiot.
Right? And how many times does fucking Hagrid winning these animals?
And then as that shit happens, right? That's the other shit, the other petrified thing, and Quidditch gets canceled, and because Hermione was petrified.
Yeah,
right?
Quidditch gets canceled.
So some shit really goes down.
And they have a curfew now, and so they have to go see fucking good old Hagrid, because even fucking... I like that what he says. He's like, you don't think he was, releasing something big and hairy. He's like, big and hairy? You want to talk about me, are you?
And they just send him off to Azkaban. Lucius shows up, and he tells Dumbledore that they voted him off.
Not
the
Azkaban
secret
prison.
magic council.
The Council of 12 or whatever.
They voted him off.
The governors. Isn't that what he called them?
Yeah.
The governors of fucking what?
And they know that Dumbledore, of course, knows that they're in the invisible coach, is listening to everything. Because Harry Potter and Weasley are pretty goddamn lucky whenever they need to find something. I'll tell you that.
Right? Wait, so speaking of those, so do they have a school board? Is that what that is? And if so, what oversight are they doing?
I don't know. They just imply that they work. Apparently wizards work, which I don't know how they work because they don't learn work skills at fucking school.
Yeah, they tell them to do their job, and the dude's like, all right, and they don't have technology, really, so they can't really keep track of anything. So they're just like, well, he's doing his job.
Well, because magic can just recover anything. You don't have to do any work because you can just magically do it.
Yeah, they must get a lot of shit done.
That's why they have all this time to fuck around.
fuck around and watch sport, like gay sports, and fuck around and watch sports, and sit around twiddling their dicks a lot of the times, making potions to get their dicks hard. And
So Lucius gives him his shit to resign. Speaking of dicks getting hard, Hagrid told them to follow the spiders.
Yeah, he puts them
Hagrid
in
has a boner
danger.
for spiders. And he knowingly, voluntarily puts them in danger.
Maybe I thought about that
He puts them
really
in so
hard.
much danger that Weasley's heated. Weasley's like, I'll fucking kill him.
Yeah, he's like, if I die, I'm gonna kill him. He says that a couple times too. Is it Ron?
No, when they
Weasley?
come back.
No, he
he's
says
like,
that too.
if Hunger comes back, I'll kill him.
Yeah, he says he's gonna smack him one.
Yeah.
He's so short on him. You just give him a good cross to the dick, and fucking Hagrid's down.
And of course, when they go see the spiders, they really don't Did they? I don't really remember how much they actually
The spider
find out.
basically just they
Said
don't
it's
find
not
out
Hagrid.
much. Yeah, he basically tells them it's not Hagrid, and he's like, "Yo, my kids are they don't
They're
fucking
hungry,
listen to
so-
me like most people's kids."
I got some goon ass spider kids,
Yeah, but there's the only difference between my kids and other people's kids is that I have millions of them. And then out of nowhere, fucking car.
The car.
The fucking car. How does everything know to help them? Inanimate objects?
Because here's why. Because everything that's always been explained is something that you're like, well, it only shows up if you really need it.
Yeah.
Or if in great danger.
If you must have had great loyalty to me, and that's why the bird found you. It's like, oh my god, is just
And then
everything convenient?
I remember his get up looked like a fucking Halloween Town. Fucking when Halloween Town or Spirit takes over Target and it's this wizard fucking Halloween costume in the first one, and the second one he starts looking like the Pope.
Yeah, he
He's-
looks like an African preacher. Like one of those dudes that, thinks that they're invincible if they run around naked in battle and shit. Fucking...
Well, he's not wearing any underwear and that shit. Wizards don't wear underwear.
Wizards don't wear underwear because all of them have big dicks because they fucking just hex that shit. So if their robe blows up, they want people to see it.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, check this out. I grew it with the fucking polyjuice potion.
So as they come back from the car and they escape the fucking spiders and all that, that was a cool scene. I liked it. It was all right.
It was just
Harry has this whole walk down the fucking hallway scene with Ronald where he figures out everything. I'm like, oh my god, bro.
Yeah, he's like, well,
if I did that and he did this, then I did that.
he's like, well, it's a basilisk. Let's go a little bit closer to this fire because I can't read. Oh yeah, and there was water on the ground, and she had a mirror, and he was looking through the fucking viewfinder, and I guess that's just what's fucking the actual exact thing that happened that I figured out of thin air. Like Jesus, like that threw me off. Like I was like, dude, did he just figure out the plot with no fucking evidence other than Hagrid didn't do it, and it's a basilisk?
Yeah, it just didn't make any fucking sense to me. And then they fucking leave another message, and they took Weasley's sister, right? Now the witch. This is what I really want to talk about. The witch basically says, yeah, Hogwarts, we can't
Professor
operate anymore. We all
McGonagall.
need to go home. We all need to go home. But I know Weasley's sister's out there, but we all need to go home. And while we're at it, why don't we pick the guy who we know is going to fuck up and we know is full of shit to call him out on his shit and sacrifice a kid's life to call him out? And they're like, yeah, why don't you find her? All right,
Yeah.
bye.
And then he was
Even
about to
Dumbledore
dip.
leaves.
Yeah, Dumbledore
like, oh.
dips.
Weasley's sister does not matter to me.
It's like, if you want me to, I guess if I have to stand down, I will.
God. It's
then-
like, I didn't get it. So, why? Because
prove-
wizards are pricks.
Yeah, they were literally
They're just
using her
pricks.
life to prove and possible Voldemort coming back to prove a point to one guy who lied. Like, that's it.
That's some fucked up shit, dude.
Yeah, and even then, when they're looking at that, they don't, because they're peeking around and fucking Ron's like pooping his pants a little bit. And so they decide, again, that it's left up to them
Yeah.
to save him. And they go and run in there like, well, we better tell fucking Gilbert Godfrey fucking our
The fact that,
goddamn
another
information.
convenient note that was left from dying fucking Hermione that we just got to look at those pipes.
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
in the
look at those
plumbing,
pipes.
man. You gotta
Yeah,
know these
dude.
things. And so they go to him, and basically he tells him he's a fraud.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And then he's like, the one thing I am good at is making people forget shit. So guess what I'm about to do? And they basically are like, they pull out their wands, which I wonder if he knows that fucking Ron's is a piece of shit. And they're just like, no, you don't, motherfucker. Because I guess even in his mind,
No,
he
they
knows,
stop him first from doing that, then they drag him down the tubes.
But that's what I'm
the
saying.
pipes.
Even in his mind, he's probably like, damn, Harry Potter is probably stronger than me. I guess I got to do what he wants.
And he fucking obliviates himself.
Yeah, he obliviates himself when they fall in the hole. This fool obliviates himself on
Because
accident.
he used Ronald's shitty fucking layaway wand.
I just like how he talks to him. He's like, do you live here? And fucking Ron's like, nah, what the fuck are you retarded? It's like, no, he forgot who he is. So sometimes you obliviate.
And that's another thing, too, I want to talk about. The kids were left behind. Don't they take account, like, they're fucking school. Don't they take account if the kids left or not? So Harry Potter and Weasley are just allowed to stay.
Yeah, so how do they know it was you need that or Ginny or whatever the fuck you want to say, fucking Weasley girl that disappeared. It doesn't seem like they know whenever Harry's gone. And that fool disappears a lot.
And so they get to the fucking Chamber of Secrets, the Slytherin.
Fucking Chamber
the
of
Slytherin
Regrets.
vault. And of course, Harry Potter's snake speak, which has been mentioned in the whole movie, comes in great handy.
Yeah, because
And they get in, and he finds
fucking
Weasley's sister. She's
And-
laying there, dying.
dying.
And the worst part of the movie. And here you go, take it off, bro.
Tom Riddle. Tom motherfucking Riddle, who apparently owned that stupid fucking book that was conveniently given to him through fucking Malfoy's dad, who somehow fucking had it.
You know what made this scene terrible?
Mm-hmm.
Is when he first came in, he goes, Tom Riddle. He's like, are you real? He's like, I am a memory 50 years ago in a diary.
Yeah, well, apparently Hagrid's like 70 years old because he was like 50 years ago. Jesus. But no, so he comes up and he's like, I don't get it because, so Harry knows that Hagrid didn't do it and he watched the vision of Tom Riddle snitching. Like on Hagrid, and he when
thought
he
it was the right
sees
thing to
him-
do.
Yeah, when he sees Tom Riddle, he's not
Takes
even
a
like
snitch to
mad
identify a
at him.
snitch.
Yeah, but he's not mad at him, and he's just sort of like, "You're Tom Riddle, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess, sort of." He's like, "What do you mean? Like, why are you defending fucking Voldemort so much? Why are you sucking off his dick?" He's like, another fucking Harry Potter cliche line. He's like, "Voldemort is my past, my present, and my future." And he spells his name in the air, which took incredibly too long for fucking what it actually
J.K. Rowling's kind of a
was.
genius for that.
How did she
for
do
I
that?
am Voldemort is Tom whatever Riddle.
Tom
that was pretty.
Molotov fucking
I like that.
cocktail Riddle.
I actually made you respect the book
I
for
get-
even her thinking of that.
Yeah, that, and I thought that too when I watched it. I was like, bro, how did she figure that out? But then just him having to spell it out with a wand took way too fucking long.
So my question is with Voldemort or with Riddle, was he like evil like that because his father was a human and would abuse him?
I don't know. I really
That's
don't
what
know.
I was thinking. Because remember, he was like, I fucking hate Muggles. That's why he hated humans. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking like his dad abused him,
Isn't
something
that
like
weird
that.
too? Because Voldemort's like whole plan is to like make purebloods, but he wasn't.
Yeah,
He was like
He's Hitler.
He was Hitler. That's what I was about to say. I was like somewhere along the lines he just blamed another person for what he saw as his problems.
and of course, while he's doing all that, he calls out Dumbledore and Harry Potter, who's the biggest Dumbledore dick rider ever. It's just like Dumbledore's the greatest sorcerer ever.
It's like
Don't say that shit.
which Dumbledore sort of like they never show a point where Dumbledore really kicks ass. So I don't know if I believe he might be the shadiest wizard ever.
He
'Cause
definitely is
Dumbledore
shady.
gets into some shady ass shit.
Yeah,
Like-
and Riddle's just completely exposition, bro,
Oh god, he just explains the whole fucking story.
and why it happened that way.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't.
It's like
it.
it's every Harry Potter movie. Every time he meets the bad guy, he has to explain everything that he did in the movie, everything that he
Exactly.
did in the movie, and everything that he's going to do.
Except for like that's why I'm mad we can't talk about the actual Voldemort because that him as being the actual Voldemort is cool, but like this Tom Riddle bullshit or fucking little baby Voldemort bullshit like that, it just doesn't hit.
Yeah,
It just doesn't hit. And Harry Potter stabs the fucking basilisk with the sword of Gryffindor, which magically fucking appears out of the twilight
from the Phoenix,
from the no, it appears from the
Jean
hat.
Grey.
He pulls it from a hat. Yeah, Jean Grey
Well,
comes
the
in.
Phoenix brought the hat.
Yeah, how did the Phoenix know to bring the hat? Well, did the hat see the Phoenix take it off and he was like, "Let me go with you, man. I want to be involved in an adventure, bro. I just sit on a shelf."
Yeah, that's true.
So who knows why that? That's what I'm saying. Everything was completely convenient. Harry Potter was in the right place at the right time, or someone was to come further along the plot.
And then, he basically tells him, "I'm after you now, motherfucker. What did you think?"
Yeah.
pulls out the Godzilla 2000 snake and they fucking fight.
Which
And
is all right.
It looked terrible.
It looked bad, and then they show, the Phoenix pokes his eye out off screen, fucking, and then he can't.
No, they show it.
This is what pissed me off.
They show it.
No, they show the shadow of it happening.
Yeah.
So this is what pissed me off the most, though, is it's a basilisk, a snake, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, he can't see you now, but he can still hear you. Snakes can't really fucking hear or see that well. They fucking smell. Like, so how does that make any fucking sense? Like, a normal snake can't really see or hear that well. They literally rely on smell. So, like,
That's true.
why did it not smell him being inches away from him?
I don't know, bro. Couldn't tell you. It's Harry Potter.
It's Harry Potter.
And while this is going on, it's like, yeah, I get that Tom Riddle's like a ghost or a memory, a walking memory or whatever. But, like, and I get that the person that has the diary is who he sucks the life out of to become himself.
Yeah, I guess if he kills
So I'll
Weasley's
live with all
sister,
that.
he comes
I'll live
back.
with all that. But the actual scene where he's like just standing there the whole time as all this shit's going on, then explaining all this. Well, I did this. You'll never find me, even if you pull my mask. The rest of you, you
right.
fucking meddling kids and that fucking dog. He's basically explaining all that shit, and he's just walking around the action like saying stop or like you'll never stop me kind of shit. It's so
Right.
dumb.
Even though it shows that, like, at first, because I think we talked about this as, like, well, can he, like, touch things or something like that, or is he a ghost-like? Or he picks up the wand. He has the wand.
He definitely was probably touching Weasley's sister.
He's a child molester, too.
Well, no, he was still young, remember?
He was 17,
Yeah.
which is, like, a legal age in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. But no, so he picks up the wand, so he could have stopped Harry.
Could he have?
If he can write his name in fire... You don't think he can, like, at least attempt to stop
it
Harry?
was so weird. It was just bad. It had no
Yeah.
tension. It was just boring.
You knew he was
It was
gonna win.
blasé.
And he gets a sword.
So he kills the shit. Yeah, he gets the sword randomly and kills the snake. And then he knows that he needs the snake tooth to destroy the diary.
Yeah, they didn't even explain where he got the tooth from.
and
he
then
just, like,
it's just
gets
like
bit and
Tom
then
Riddle's
has
like, oh no, and then he stabs it. Game over. Done.
Yeah, it starts
That's
bleeding.
the end of the
fucking,
movie.
It starts, like, perioding everywhere.
Yeah,
and
it's
fucking,
just like,
like...
oh my god, it was dumb.
And then I like...
just-
I like that he just explodes, I guess. Like, that was alright. And then they just fucking get up and walk away. Everything... Oh, no, they get up and... Oh, well, first the Phoenix has to conveniently fly over to him and do exactly what Dumbledore said, is cry on him and then carry a heavy load. Like, that's...
Yeah, because apparently he said he only had a minute to live on snake venom, but Harry could live for like 20 minutes on that shit.
Right? And then the fucking...
The Phoenix Tears conveniently show up and heal him.
Oh, and
so that, you know...
in case you forget, he can carry all three of them. But I do like how the guy's like, this feels like magic. So did he literally obliviate himself to not knowing what magic was anymore?
I don't know.
Like, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, then they go to Dumbledore, and oh yeah, it's all over, and then Dumbledore has to explain that Harry Potter is one with Voldemort.
Yeah. It's like, but what makes you different are your choices. I chose to stick my finger in my butt this morning, and that made me different than my brother, because he did it yesterday.
Well, I think his thing is he has sex with the birds, but Voldemort's snakes.
Yeah. He likes the birds.
Yeah.
And little fucking Harry Potter.
Does he though?
I don't think he likes Harry Potter.
I don't think Dumbledore really likes Harry Potter at all.
Harry
I think he
Potter's-
knows he's a lucky fuck.
Dumbledore's probably pissed off. He's like, I worked hella hard for this shit, and you just, like, got attacked and survived. And somehow you're a great wizard.
Because he's a supremacist. Dumbledore's a
He
supremacist.
was at one point, to a
So-
degree.
So he explains that, yeah, he's transferred some of his power to Harry, which is probably explaining why Harry's the only reason why he's strong.
And the only reason why he can do most of the shit he does.
Yeah, so basically the only reason why he's dope is because of the reason why his parents died. So I guess that kind of sucks, because Harry Potter's life sucks. Just in general.
Nothing really goes good for him. And, and then Dobby becomes free.
Yeah.
After he gets kicked fucking, like, he punted down the stairs.
And like we said, you know, that shit was weird. Like, I get that he, you know, served him the clothes or whatever.
He
and
gave him his
was
jerk
no
off
longer-
sock. Yeah.
and he was no longer a slave or whatever. But you really tried to kill a 12-year-old kid
Yeah, he monotonely
over a
says it.
slave.
Like that's as far as he gets, and then Dobby, which apparently is fucking from Street Fighter, Hadoukens his ass across the hallway, and he gets up all fucking messy and is like, "Your father was a dickhead too," and he walks away because apparently Harry Potter. You find out later Harry Potter's father was a dickhead,
Yeah.
and his real father, fucking in spirit, was also a dickhead. So everyone related to Harry Potter is sort of a dickhead because all of his role models end up being dickheads. Fucking all of the people he's ever lived with end up being dickheads.
All wizards are dickheads.
All wizards are dickheads, and except for his friends,
Yeah.
which Ron
Hermione's
goes in
like
and out.
Hermione's real.
Hermione's
she keeps
real
it pretty
as
real.
Fuck. She don't give a shit, and she's sort of like a nerd, but she's like powerful.
Yeah.
So you can't hate on her for being a nerd because she's actually learning how to be a good wizard.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone else is just fucking skipping class or falling asleep, or Seamus is blowing his face up half
Because
the
they're
time.
spoiled private school kids.
Which I love fucking Seamus blowing his face up. I don't think they show it in this one, but man, they do it in like every movie, so they probably did and I missed it.
Yeah. But that's why I hated this movie, because it was just like over and you were glad it was over.
You fucking
Like,
were
You're
super
like,
well,
holy shit,
it
thank
d-
God.
And it doesn't even end until you see everyone smiling. It has to focus on everybody smiling.
because Hermione shows up and everything's great.
And then
she-
Hagrid
she-
rolls up.
No, and then Dumbledore, which of course is maybe a theme of Hogwarts, you don't learn anything
He
or
just
do any
cancels
schoolwork. He
finals.
just cancels exams, and of course, like every other fucking kid, they're like, yeah.
It's like, oh shit. And they say, what's funny is like,
They're not even like kids aren't even interested enough in school to pass magic. Like,
shit, that was hella cool. Like, no, and it's true. I remember in the book specifically, like, it seems like everyone's tripping off not passing shit.
yeah,
It's like, dude, what the fuck? Do their
you're learning
teachers
how to
just
like
suck?
kill stuff.
Right? You're learning how to grow, like, shit that can make you fucking liquid luck. It literally makes you lucky. Fucking, they're learning how to grow fucking potions that can control the mind and tickle the butthole senses.
Yeah, and then Hagrid shows up and he's like, yeah, I came back from Azkaban. They tried to rape me and they realized I was a giant. So I killed everyone.
Azkaban prison? Like the way he says that shit when he's, you're not taking me to Azkaban prison.
And like you said, it just ends with this, yeah!
Yeah, everybody's
Hagrid.
clapping and smiling. There's just a slow orchestral moment of everybody's face clapping and smiling, and Dumbledore's like, yeah! We all did it, guys. We defeated one part of Voldemort.
That's the story. That's the shitty story of Chamber of Secrets.
That's
This
the
movie
story
sucked.
of every Harry Potter is that just ends with him having to fight Voldemort.
Yeah.
But in different fucking genres of Voldemort. This is
And this one was definitely the shittiest one.
I mean, I'll take Quirrell over this one. 'Cause
Yeah.
At least that fool sounded like he makes fun of himself.
Yeah.
Like, other than that, yeah.
I'll
Tom
take
Riddle
the Lord of
sucked.
the Rings Titanic necklace over this shit.
Oh, God, right? The one
Uh,
necklace to rule them all.
Yeah, there was like this whole movie should have been the convenience of secrets. Like Jesus Christ, the Chamber of
The
Convenience.
chamber, exactly.
It's just like, oh my gosh. And like I said, I get the book probably explained everything or whatever, but just from a movie standpoint, I just didn't care at all.
That's why, it's not really that great of a movie. I don't get it. It got really high ratings, but I don't think I would agree with that because there's so much convenience and so much lag on any actual story building that it's like it's like a puzzle, man. It takes so long to find each small little piece, and at the end
You get
you're
over
just-
it.
You're over it.
The end, yeah, like you said, the end. It's not satisfying for what it concludes with.
Yeah, it's like a blank puzzle.
Yeah,
It's like I'm gonna put together a white square to challenge myself.
yeah.
And at
So-
the end, you're like, fuck, well, I challenged myself because I challenged myself to not kill myself halfway through this movie.
And that's why I gave it the score I did. But at the same time, it wasn't like terrible. There were some
Yeah, it was
entertaining parts.
solid.
The beginning was okay.
Had some humor, a lot of slapstick in this one.
yeah.
People falling around.
Yeah.
Or there's one part where dude's just running and he trips.
Yeah,
Fucking.
yeah. He did run and he tripped.
Yeah,
He was running away
falls.
from the snake and he
Yeah,
just
he
fell
just
like a
trips.
jackass.
Harry's a dick.
So yeah, I gave it a 5.1, and it
Okay.
was number 8 on my HCU list.
And I gave it a 5, and it was my number 8 as well.
So yeah, if like I said, it wasn't the worst movie, but I'm never gonna watch it again.
Yeah,
I'm
probably
good.
not. No. I don't even want to think about it anymore.
So if you like this episode, we're gonna be putting out them pretty quickly. The This one will be followed for lookout this whole week. It's going to be followed by all of the rankings of all the Harry Potter movies. If you want to subscribe, please do.
And even if you don't, please do. You don't have to want it. Just do it.
Or just download our shit because
Yeah, just download it.
just
Be
download
nice.
it. Who gives a fuck?
Come on. If you've even made it this
Download
far.
and delete.
If you've made it this far, tweet us.
And tell us if we're garbage.
Yeah.
Please. I'll laugh.
Tell us.
Actually, let's make that a thing. Tell us that we're garbage, even if you like us. Just tell us that we suck. We kind of do. I don't really know anything about Harry Potter like that, but I did watch the movie and I did try and delve into the universe, and this one just took me out of it.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's not to say there aren't good ones,
Yeah, there are some good ones.
but this one was bad.
Yeah.
So you can find us on Twitter at Order of Opinion.
Yeah, you can follow us.
You can find us on Facebook. Try to send us some fucking tweets. Tell us your opinion. And you can find our episodes to download on iTunes and Stitcher. So please go there, download, subscribe, and leave us a review. A kind one or a bad one. We don't care.
Yeah. As long as you throw us that 5-star rating.
Yeah,
I
just
don't give a
throw us the
fuck.
5 stars. That's all we want.
Also, you can check on Twitter. We're going to be hinting, and we'll have like a release card, I guess, sort of like a
Schedule.
battle.
Fight card.
A release card for the Harry Potter movies. So if you want to know when each one comes out, it'll be on there. So look at that. Tweet us whatever the fuck you want. Just don't expect a public answer. Expect a really fucked up answer.
Unless it's a cool tweet, then you'll still get a fucked up answer.
Yeah. Because that's what we're about on the tweet game. I don't give a fuck about the Twitter game.
Yeah, fuck Twitter. But our followers, y'all are cool.
Yeah, and even if you don't fuck with our tweets, just follow us on Twitter. That's cool too.
That'd be fucking fantastic.
We do have it on SoundCloud also. I know we never mentioned that shit, but SoundCloud is also available if you don't like iTunes or don't have iTunes.
Yeah.
And you don't fucking like Stitcher.
Yeah, so if you're running an Android phone, you can hit us up on SoundCloud.
Yeah, we don't prefer either. I will say right now I prefer iTunes.
Yeah, I'd prefer y'all upgrade your phone so you can get iTunes, please.
All right, that's our order of opinion.